Makeup for Dummies. Yay! Wonderful makeup learning in easy, knowledgeable chunks. So today we're talking about contouring and highlighting in a very simplified way. We're not going to do cream, we're doing powder, guys. We're going to keep it really easy for us lazy girls because I'm lazy, okay? I spent most of the beginning of makeup wearing bronzer. This is a bronzer instead of having a contouring palette. Now that I have a contouring palette, I use that all the time, but I kind of switch back and forth depending, especially seasonally. So contouring highlighting obviously is, if you haven't heard anybody else say it, it's using makeup that is lighter or darker than your skin to create shadows and light on your face. So just how like the light in my bathroom is hitting my face, it brings those areas of my face forward. While like here I have cheekbones, so it's kind of dark there. That's a shadow on my face, making it look receded, and which makes your face look thinner or more sculpted. And people use makeup products to complete that. The reason why we don't use bronzer all the time is because bronzer is obviously warm toned. You want to, if you're really contouring, you want to use stuff that is neutral to cool, which is why you kind of go for contouring palettes like this one rather than using singular bronzers. As you can kind of see, these are from the same brand, by the way. This is the Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and this is obviously the Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette that I've done a the fuck is on already. So you can kind of see this shade, which is medium mocha. No, it's actually deep mocha. Deep mocha and medium mocha both look similar, but they're both cooler than my Too Faced Dark Chocolate Soleil bronzer. You can kind of see that. So I used to use bronzer all the time, which is fine, but it's best in summer since it's warm and it will warm up your face. And otherwise I use my palette. You don't have to have a palette. All you need really is something that is darker than your skin, like medium mocha here is darker than my skin. You can have deep mocha for really sculpting your face, like cutting, like when they say cut your cheeks, you want a really dark color like this, and one that is, sorry, I'm trying to avoid the mirror, and one that is lighter than your face, which is, what is this, cocoa butter. You get the point. So for tools, we're gonna have also my setting powder brush and my setting powder on hand, because in order to really make sure it's soft and natural, you need to blend it out. I know in a lot of my photos recently, it looked really harsh, and that's because I didn't take my time and blend it out. I kind of rushed. If you're gonna contour, you're gonna wear it to places where you might feel embarrassed if it's a little too blocky or looking like a Snicker bar. Yeah, might get your setting powder and the brush. Let's go. Yes, and this is also a Too Faced brush. I love their teddy bear brushes. But I also have a fan brush, which is for highlighters, the shiny glittery ones. And then I have this very large like bronzing blush brush, angled blush brush, used for, I'm going to use it for sculpting. I can also use the small contour bouquet brush that came with the Too Faced contour palette. So if you saw the defuckas, and you know that basically I could just, why did I do that? So I can take this, wow, still blinding you. I'm sorry. I can take this and take it into, sorry I have to look at the camera, the viewfinder, and put it into medium mocha and do it in a wide way, and then the sharpness. I'm actually going to instead use this big brush where I can blend it out and dip it into medium mocha on my, and then tap off the excess. Don't forget that part, because that's how it, then you're just going to sculpt your face like so. And you're just using a very little product. And because you're sculpting your face, you're gonna spend more time, you're gonna actually apply it in more places. You shouldn't be using the darker powder all over your face, because it is the, that is to carve your face basically. This one, where if I use this really big brush, this dense brush, it'll diffuse it everywhere, and I can have like this more softened, contoured shade, compared to using the darker shade where it'll carve your face, but if you just go straight into these darker shades, you're gonna end up with a lot more, like, it's not gonna look very natural. If you want your contour to look natural, you need to be able to blend it out and wear it softly. And this is a Morphe brush, but it was part of a set that I bought during Black Friday, so any kind of brush that looks like this, where it's big and fluffy at the top like a blush brush and angled, will do. because you're going to be placing it in a specific angle. Now for contouring, you don't aim for the corner of your mouth. That would bring your contour too low and give you more of a masculine appearance. Aim it towards your top lip, like right where it gets kind of plump. So you see, like, I don't know. And you can do the cheek sucking thing, but with the kind of sculpting shades, you don't have to. You kind of just, because you're still you're blending it out a lot. You don't really, and you're not gonna, it's not gonna really change too much about your face. This is gonna give you that sculpted look without too much work. So now I have like a sculpted face. My face is sculpted. It looks more, I keep saying sculpted. It looks more slim and more like I have definition rather than I'm contoured. To look contoured, we're gonna take the contour Buki brush that comes with the palette and dip it into Deep Mocha, which was this dark one at the top. And we're gonna dip it in at the sides like this. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah. And take the sides and dip it in, and then again tap it off. And this time we're gonna do the fish eyes. So now you're gonna do the fish face, so you can find the very underside. Like, I can find it easier because I have cheekbones here, so I can see the dark spot here is actually some discoloration, like from my eczema, and some of it is just like natural shadow. So I'm going to fish face, find that shadow, and make that shadow real. And there you go. So now that we've got like this little bit of darkness, we can blend that out. Now we can either blend that out with this, which is my setting powder, but that's gonna dim it. The sculpting's really light and the contour is really light, and we wanna keep it soft and real looking rather than makeup-y. So I'm gonna take my setting powder, which is this CoverGirl Queen Collection Lasting Matte Pressed Powder in Q410, which is kind of cool toned. At first I hated it because I was like, oh my god, it's so cool. But I am neutral cool. Like I'm a weird neutral without the green. So just so you can see, using that to buff it into the face makes it look really nice and soft. Now for the light shade. Usually I use the lighter shade in this palette, the matte light shade, under my eyes. So I'm gonna run my contour Buki brush through this Veramona color switch, or you can get the one from Sephora. I think it's still made by Veramona. Use this only on your synthetic brushes. I found out the hard way, my poor MAC 217 is so prickly now. It really only works with synthetics. Natural hairs get destroyed by this, which is why my Too Faced Teddy Bear hair collection is so safe. And instead of using, now I can use this, I'm gonna use this two different ways. First I'm going to, after tapping off the excess, I loaded it up. I'm going to swipe it under my eye to brighten under my eye so that you see how it's like brighter and lighter. I'm going to do that, but I'm also making sure to tap off the excess because my under eye does crease a lot. I have wrinkles because I smile too much, or I fake smile too much, I guess. I don't know. So just putting that under there, brighten the area a little bit. You can also use it on the center of your forehead. Sorry, when you're trying to get it on camera, guys. It's also mattifying that. You can also do it, that's why this brush is so good. You can also use it along the bridge of your nose to bring it forward. I don't nose contour very often. I don't really like it. I instead lighten. So that kind of helps. And also underneath your contour, you can do some cleanup crew. Right under your contour, just take the light shade on a fluffy brush. I took a dense one in one photo and did it, and it looks so harsh. You can tell I did that. And this is just, it's like people do this with baking. They do this to clean up their contour. I don't bake because it doesn't work. I just end up creasing, and it's a waste of powder, and I don't like loose powder. So I just do that. I have these really cut my chubby cheek in half. Yes. So now it's time for, obviously we've all seen what everyone does with shiny shimmery highlighters, like this one in the Cocoa Contour. It's just called Cocoa Glow. So obviously fan brushes are because they're just gonna give you a more diffused look. So obviously, taking that, try not to blind you, taking this into Cocoa Glow like so, and then just hitting the top of your cheekbone. Now I like Cocoa Glow. Cocoa Glow is really soft and subtle without giving So it's gonna give you glow without giving you like that really, really highlighter-y look. So, and everyone's different, guys, honestly. Like, you don't have to be the most glowing person in the world. You could be Nikki Tutorials in her, for me now it's new, her tutorial where she just does her whole face in highlighters, or you can be really soft and just use matte highlighters. Anything's fine. I like to do a little on the tip of my nose to make it look more buttony. I know it's kind of really hard to see. And normally I do the top of my lip, but I'm wearing one of my new lip glosses, and lip gloss makes everything stick to it, so I don't want to ruin it. Because I'm testing it for wear, just putting a little more, because I actually do like, I don't like to shine like a diamond, but I do like to glow pretty damn hard. You can also take your finger or a small brush, I don't have one right now, and go under your eyebrow to give a little glow there. It also makes your eyebrow look more lifted. Yes, this is how I highlight under my brow. Yeah, that's what I did do that. Now, obviously I said I was gonna show you guys with the bronzer. The bronzer is the bronzer is the same thing. You're just gonna take the fluffy brush like you do with the sculpting, take it, swirl it, and do the exact same thing for like you would with sculpting. The difference is that you don't really want to you can put the contour over it, like the deep sculpt over it. The thing is that also a good trick with the bronzer is to do the bronzer and then the cleanup I did. And the cleanup cuts the bronzer, makes it look more sculpted without actually having to put in a bunch of extra work. But that's hopefully the shortest I can get contouring and highlighting. I'll probably cut out a lot of bullshit. If you like this video, leave a comment or a like. You do not have to subscribe. I'm not going to threaten to come to your house and contour your face. I'm not here for that. I'm here for doing stuff. Alright, I'm done being an idiot on camera. I gotta do another video.